Hi guys, Jimmy here. Welcome back to my channel. So it's day 27 and it's very, very late. I nearly didn't make it because I've been moving all my movies downstairs today. Hence why I've changed the camera angle and I've put these posters behind here. So today is going to be about a film that introduced me to a director. And once I knew it, I had to watch more of his horror films. And I'm talking about John Carpenter's The Thing. So basically, from what I can remember, I had seen Big Trouble in Little China. I think I was about 12 when I saw that. I think it was around, I was around about that age, 12, 13 at the most, but I think 12. And, you know, it's a comedy, really enjoyed it. Didn't really pay much attention to the director. But I remember renting The Thing in a video shop and I was like, oh, that's the guy who was in, the actor who was in Big Trouble in Little China. So I watched it and I was just like blown away by The Thing. I was like, oh my God, this film made me jump. The special effects were insane in there, you know, old school special effects. There's the play.com steelbook. And I remember going back to the video shop afterwards and saying to the guy in there, wow, this film was unbelievable. I mean, it's the guy from Big Trouble in Little China. And he said to me, yeah, but the guy who directs it, John Carpenter. And when I was watching the credits at the end, I saw it and I was like, yeah. And he went, oh, he's done loads of horror films. And I was like, okay, all right then, this sounds good. Let me get into this. Now, there was quite a few years gap between watching Big Trouble in Little China and The Thing, from what I can remember, but my memory is getting worse now. And he said, yeah, he's done quite a few films. So I was like, okay, all right then, let me see these films. Now, I can't remember the exact order that I saw them in, but he said to me, so I would have been around about 16 at the time then. I must have been 16. And he said to me, well, he pointed a few things out in the shop. I can't remember the exact order. What I can remember is the last one that I saw was Prince of Darkness. So I remember watching The Thing first of all and being blown away by it. I think Escape from New York I saw on TV. I got a funny feeling. Saw The Fog and They Live was quite popular. And I got a feeling I watched these three around about the same time because of They Live was very popular. The last one I came across was Prince of Darkness, and I absolutely love Prince of Darkness. I think it's quite underrated. Now there's 3 editions here, 4 editions. Escape from New York, The Fog, They Live, and Prince of Darkness, which was released by Studio Canal in those 4K versions. And then an unusual step, Universal released the same packaging for The Thing. The transfer on this is fantastic. In fact, all of these are really good transfers in my opinion. That was the HMV Japanese steelbook of it, or artwork of it rather. And I just remember when I went back to the video shop and he said to me, no, that director, he's done this and this film. And in those days it was pre-internet, so you learned things by word of mouth or reading Empire magazine. And I was like, yeah, right, okay, let me watch these films then. And that's how I got into John Carpenter. As I said, 12 years old when I saw Big Trouble in Little China. Didn't pay much attention to the director, but I recognised the actor Kurt Russell. And I said, oh yeah, he was in that. And that was what we done back in those days. You know, you'd go in somewhere and the guy in the video shop would say to you these things about films and you'd remember it, you'd take it in. And so that's what happened about The Thing. Now, a couple of weeks back, you may remember that I purchased 50 movie posters for £45. And I got such a result in there because one of them was They Live. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. But ironically, for Prince of Darkness, they had the Japanese artwork in there too, which I was really surprised at because I absolutely think Prince of Darkness is a great film. One other film I'm going to mention is Vampires. Now, John Carpenter's Vampires. I've got a copy of it, but I can't remember where I've put it. I moved it around today, damn it. And I think that's underrated too. James Woods is in that. I think that is a brilliant vampire film. But anyway, guys, that was my vlog for today. Yeah, so The Thing, found out from the guy in the video shop, was directed by John Carpenter, and he said that he's done all these films. Get watching them. And then that was what it was. That was how I got it. So it's not like now where we can just tap on the internet and then it's all the information we want. It was word of mouth back in those days. Anyway, guys, that was my vlog for today. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow, which is going to be about a video nasty. That's a bit of a doozy. Take care, guys. Stay safe.